All right, so on your site plan here, we have all of these elevation markers. So we have the 119.61, the 119.63, the 119.11, and so on and so forth. So when we're starting to translate that information into an elevation, I'm going to show this in SketchUp. And so I think in theory, what we want to do is I'm just going to draw a bit of a box going sideways here. And what I want to try to do, let me just check I'm going the right direction here, is I'm going to create I guess a bit of a profile of our ground sideways. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of math kind of in my head here, but I'm going to try to make this really simple. So in theory, this would be 191, 191.61, I think. And obviously that's incredibly tall and a little obnoxious, right? So we don't really want to do that. How do we make this a little bit more tangible so it's not such a massive number? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here. Is I'm going to take this number and subtract basically 118. So this 119.61 will be 1.61. So now I'm only going up 1 meter instead of such a massive number. And I think actually my units in SketchUp here, I think are in feet. But let me just see here. So this would be 1.91 meters. Where did that go? Is that somewhere here? Midpoint. What is this length? I don't know how far I zoomed out here. Yeah, so this is our six feet here. So this box is actually absolutely massive. So this is our 1.91 meters. And if you remember from over on our site plan, we are 6 meters over. So now I'm just going to draw another point, and I'm actually going to do this at the bottom. So we're going to go at the bottom here. We're going to go over 6 meters. And the next one is over 6.22. Where's my 6 meters? I'm kind of losing my bearing here with where. Okay, where is my 6 meters? So here's my 6 meters. So this one would be 1.36. So let's go up 1.36 meters. And so essentially the grade starts to do this. So the grade starts to slope based on those points. So our next one is our 1.11. So let's go to our next point over, which should be somewhere over here, maybe. If not, we'll just do 6.22 meters. And that was 1.11. I think that's what I said, right? And so now, once you connect all these dots, you start to get your grade lines. And if you looking at this, if you remember from our setbacks are 6 meters. So your building is potentially sitting around this line. So when you go to cut your building elevation, and in some respects, this, what I might do is I might just remove all of these lines here. So this is our building, but really what this looks like is we're actually extruding our grade over. So like this is our grade basically of our building. And so our building just keeps sloping back at every junction point. Does that kind of make sense of how those work? So it's, I know math is sometimes annoying, but I think by taking away 118, you're starting to make these numbers into more tangible numbers. So again, our next one is 6.22 over, and it's 118.86. So this would actually be 0.86. So let's go 6.22 meters over. And we're going to go up 0.86 meters. And again, we're just connecting that in. And so you can see how our building just gradually slopes back. Let's do 6.22 meters. And this one is 81. So 0.81. 0.8. I think I just did 0.81 feet, didn't I? Yeah, I did. 0.81 meters, and then again, just connecting those. So that's kind of how to create that slope. And so when you're doing this on your elevations, I'd recommend starting with the side of your building. So like really what I'm doing right now is doing that side profile of that grade. And then once you do the side, you can kind of decide, okay, where my building is. And if your building's right on the setback, you put it there. If it's a few feet back from your setback, you would just indicate it on that line. So that's how to start to set up elevations based on topography in I mean, obviously this case in SketchUp, but I mean, it's the same kind of principle that translates towards CAD.